Good morning. This is November 1, Mike Whiskey, Juliet Ellis in New Ashford, Massachusetts Net Control Station for the Western Mass Emergency Net Berkshire section. This net is part of the Amateur Radio Emergency Service in the National Traffic System of the American Radio Relay League. The purpose of the net is to pass traffic, conduct area's business, air announcements of interest to the amateur community, and to answer any questions about area's NTS or other emergency communication topics. This net meets every Sunday morning at 0930 local time on the 53.23 K1FFK repeater on Mount Greylock with a PL of 162.2. This is a directed net. Please don't break the net unless you have emergency or priority traffic. Please don't leave the net without informing net control if at all possible. When checking into the net, please give your call phonetically and your power source as commercial or battery power. Traffic and announcements will be handled first, followed by general check-ins using the first letter of your call suffix. Now looking for any stations with traffic or announcements. Stations with traffic or announcements, please call net control. This is November 1, Mike Whiskey, Juliet, Net Control for the Western Mass Emergency Net Berkshire section. I'm now looking for areas NTS or other officials. Areas NTS or other officials, please call Net Control.
This is Kilo 2 Whiskey Golf, Wayne, Cana, New York, AEC for Education and Training, Columbia County Areas, commercial power, no traffic.
And net recognizes K2WG, Wayne. Good morning. Further officials. Okay, hearing nothing, we'll move on to general check-ins. Call now.
This is Kilo Bravo 1 Zulu November Yankee. That's KB1 ZNY Bill, Lancaster, Mass, commercial power. We have no traffic. Good morning.
Here is KB1 NVA, Jerry, Pittsfield, Mass, commercial power, negative traffic. Good morning, Ellis, and to the rest of the net, and thanks for filling in for me last week, Ellis.
Not a problem.
Here is November 1, Whiskey Sugar Delta, Kevin in Oxford, Mass, commercial power, no traffic, morning to the net.
Here is Whiskey 1 Kilo Romeo X-Ray. Name is Greg, Baldwin, Mass, commercial power. Good morning.
Okay, let me grab it there and we'll see if there are any more. Net recognizes, let's see, we got Wayne, K2WG already. Bill, KB1, ZNY, Jerry, KB1, NBA, Kevin, N1 Whiskey Sugar Delta, and Greg, W1 KRX. Any further check-ins? Check-ins. Call now. Okay, I guess we'll tie it up. I just have a couple announcements. The No Bark Holiday Potluck Party is Sunday, December 11th at 5 p.m. That's 5 p.m. At the Berkshire Humane Society, 214 Barker Road in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And in addition to that, Sunday, January 22nd at 6 p.m. is the next regular meeting. Same location, Berkshire Humane Society, 214 Barker Road, Pittsfield, Mass. So it's the potluck on December 11th at 5 o'clock, and the next regular meeting will be January 22nd. So December 11th for the party, and it's a bring something to share with everybody kind of thing. The facility does not allow alcohol, so it's a dry party. The club will provide coffee, but feel free to bring soft drinks or whatever. And that's it for announcements. Any further check-ins before I totally close it up?
Just a question.
Go ahead.
We're out here 30 miles west of Boston, and I'm noticing that the repeater is sounding fairly clean. They take care of business up there on the hill.
I haven't heard whether or not they have or not, but we may just be lucky and the gremlins are asleep, or maybe they got to it. I'm not sure. I haven't heard of anybody going up. I know looking out the window, I'm only 3.5 miles west of the summit there, and it's pretty frosty looking up there.
Yeah, we're running a Kenwood TS2000 down here, and we got the preamp on, and we're getting like 40, almost 50 over. So certainly sounds good out this way this morning. All right, we're back on the side. KB1ZNY, back to net.
Yeah, Bill, if I hear of anything, a status report, we'll let you know next week. But I haven't heard anything from Eric or Jim McKnight at this point, and they're the two that usually seem to take care of the machine. So with that, we'll wrap it up. And let's see, the Western Mass Emergency Net Berkshire section thanks the Northern Berkshire Amateur Radio Club for the use of the K1FFK 5323 repeater. I want to thank, let's see, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you for joining me this morning, and for putting up with listening to my announcements, and to any stations that stood by while the net was being conducted. The net's now secure. It's 9:38. This is November 1, Mike Whiskey, Juliet, signing clear, 7-3, happy holidays.
Whiskey 1 Kilo Romeo X-ray Atlas, you got a minute?
Hey, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I got a D104 I've been working on here. I just want to, could I do a test and do a mic swap out and see if you can give me a report? I think I might have one problem wrong with it that I need to make a jump in there, but I was wondering if I could hook it up and do a mic report.
Yeah, go ahead. I got 5 minutes before I jump over to Rick's net.
Okay, here I go.
I heard a key down twice, no audio.
Okay, yeah, I know what the problem is. I need to make a jump in that mic from the mic audio over to the common ground.
Yeah, you were keying the repeater, but there was no audio, so yeah, I guess just tinker with that, and we'll be back in business.
Hey, thank you, Ellis. I guess that will be my job this morning. Thanks again. Great job doing the net. Appreciate it. Whiskey 1 Kilo Romeo X-ray, Northern Worcester, signing clear.
We'll catch you over on 70 centimeters. N1MWJ.
K2LM. Am I too late to log in?
No, you can bring all the firewood you want.
Oh, no. Those days are over. I used to burn 5 full boards a year, weather dependent. No, thank you.
Hey, Jim, folks had a question. Have you or Eric had the time or inclination to get the gremlins that were in this machine out?
Negative. It's going to require tower work, and I think we pretty much shut off the mountain, says Erie, until next spring. So no, we'll have to endure with what we've got till probably, well, you know that mountain better than I do. Into April?
Yep, more than likely. Yeah. Well, it's holding up, so let's just hope that things stay tolerable. And yeah, I think Bill ZNY there was asking.
No, I'm afraid what we see is what we've got. It's running on reduced power, and I'm sure I'm noisy and all sorts of stuff into the repeater. The only other thing that maybe you know or don't know is that National Weather Service is back on the air, but they chose to put an indoor antenna in the roof of the under the roof of the lodge.
Yeah, I get that quite well, but I mean, 3.5 miles isn't a real test. But I was very, very glad to hear that they've gotten it back on the air, and because so often over here, when we have a power outage in the town, the D-Slam goes down for Verizon for the internet, so you can't get the weather off the internet. And for some reason, I think cellular's in the same situation, at least for my area, and not a lot of backup time. So it's good to have 162.525 back on the air.
Well, of course, they don't have any backup power up there, but it's still nice to have it to cover all the valleys around Greylock. All right. I mean, we can talk chat here. I'm listening on 425 on the other side of the radio waiting for the call up.
Yeah, I just flipped my radio dual bander over to that, and be listening for Rick. And I was telling some of the other guys this morning early,